Hello again everyone. Today we're going to be doing something slightly different, just something a little bit fun, shouldn't take too long. We're going to be rating the morality of the Seraph of the End characters. Where do they fall on the sliding scale of good versus evil? As you can see, there is a black line in the middle of my screen. And the black line means, would I invite this character to my mother's for dinner on a Sunday? If the answer is yes, you're somewhere in the good camp. If the answer is no, you are somewhere in the evil camp. Let's get started with the madman himself, Ferid Bathory. Ferid, I think, is the closest thing we have in the series to a black-hearted villain. We know that he has killed children for fun. We know that he murdered his own parents. He is perfectly happy for the world to go to hell in a handcart as long as he gets what he wants. He is the troll madman of Seraph of the End. We all love to see it. He's hilarious, but he's not a good guy. So yeah, unless he is like clinically insane, he is the furthest one on the road to hell, in my opinion. And I don't think he is clinically insane. Just going by how he acts, like he's very devious. He seems to be able to be rational in his dealings. So yeah, I don't think he doesn't understand that what he's doing is considered wrong. I think that he just doesn't care. On the flip side, we're going to do best boy next. So Mika, my beloved, you are always welcome in my mother's house. He is going to go almost all the way towards good. Not completely, I'll explain why. So Mika to me is a very positive character in the series. He is very selfless in his acts. He's always very protective towards you. He demonstrates time and time again how much he loves him, to the point of, throwing himself in front of swords. Also, Mika has a non-violent motive during this series. Mika just wants to live in peace. He wants to get as far away from the drama as possible, which I relate to immensely. He's not completely good though, because I feel like he'd do pretty much anything to protect you. We've seen him get violent. We've seen him deceive. We've seen him do all sorts of things if it means to protecting his beloved. So yeah, he's not a complete angel, haha, but he is very, very, very firmly on the side of good, in my opinion. Following that, I'm going to do Shinya next. So Shinya I would put just before Mika. That might be a bit controversial to some people because I know some people don't like Shinya at all. I do. I think that in terms of her motives, she also has a non-violent motive. She just wants no part in the Hiragi power play games. She just seems to want to have a normal life, which I think is fair enough, actually. As I say, she is the black sheep of her family. She's not cruel. She kind of demonstrates that she cares for her squad. She seems to do a pretty good job during the series as coming across like a decent human being. I feel like I could take her to my mother's on a Sunday and we'd sit and have a decent conversation. It might get a bit perverted. I feel like Shinya would probably get drunk and start talking about boobs, but I think we can probably put her safely on the side of good here. She comes before best boy though, because I feel like Shinya's true morals haven't really been seriously put to the test yet. Shinya is obviously quite a naive character. Her walls are very high. She's always kept Shikama Doji locked out of her heart. And if you've never really been tempted, do you know how good you really are as a person? I feel like Mika has seen a lot of shit in his life compared to Shinya. So who else should we do next? Who do we? We got to do my man. I'm sorry, I do like Kirito. I like Ferid too, but I like Kirito more. Kirito is not coming to my mother's house for dinner though. Kirito will probably be sitting there the whole time, like trying to work out how to murder my mother and like somehow obtain the house. Where does he fall though? Because Kirito is one of these weird characters where I feel like he's unapologetically evil, and if you're stupid enough to believe him honestly, that's on you. I feel like Kirito doesn't really try to hide what he is. He's not actually that deceptive. Kirito has like huge fucking plans. Like Kirito wants to rule the world and he's, pretty much willing to do everything to get there. So yeah, where do you put someone who is like unapologetically a genius git? Where do you put him on the sliding scale? I'm going to pop him just before Ferid for now. I might have to rejig him later. He comes just before Ferid because I don't feel like Kirito has the same kind of sadism that Ferid does. Kirito is just about, executing a means to an end. He's not really motivated by like hatred or enjoyment out of what he's doing. He's just like, right, I want to achieve this grand goal and we're going to do what we need to do to fucking get there. That's what Kirito is all about. So yeah, he comes just before Ferid. Okay, so Cruel. Cruel is an interesting one because Cruel is not a good person, but she has some redeeming qualities. Cruel and Gurren are parent parallels. I'm not going to do Gurren just yet. I feel like Cruel is slightly more honest than Gurren. I know that Cruel is using Mika, of course, for her own ends, but she's also quite upfront about the fact that she is using Mika for her own ends. She doesn't try to put labels on her relationship with Mika. She's quite straightforward about what they are to each other. Also, we know that her motives are not like a grand plan, like they're not like this wide, benevolent, noble cause. Cruel just wants her brother back, so that's quite a nice, relatable, small-scale goal. So yeah, I'm happy to place her where she is there. Okay, let's do another squad mate. Let's do my boy. Mika is best boy, but Yoichi is my boy. I love archers in any medium. If you've got a guy with a bow, the archer is my guy. So, where are we going to put him? Good versus evil. I'm going to say Yoichi is a good guy. Is Yoichi kinda better than Shinoa? No. I'm going to put Yoichi somewhere about here. So the thing with Yoichi is that if Yoichi is on your side, he is your man. Like, Yoichi will come and help you. He'll do anything for you. As long as you have Yoichi on your side and you don't fuck around with him, Yoichi is lovely. So that's why I'd be comfortable inviting him around for dinner with my mother. Because, you know, I wouldn't piss Yoichi off. Of course I fucking wouldn't. I wouldn't dare. If you do piss Yoichi off, God help you. God fucking help you. As we've seen in the manga, this guy has a little black heart. So yeah, that's why Yoichi is where he is. He's not actively plotting to go out and do stuff like these fuckers are on the right. He's not like that. But yeah, if you come for Yoichi, he's going to come for you. So we're going to put him there. Mitsuba's a good girl. Got no problem with Mitsuba. I think she's better than Yoichi, definitely. So she would go in front of Yoichi. But does she go in front of Shinoa? Mitsuba's seen more shit than Shinoa, I think. Mitsuba's had to contend with like her own pride and her own emotions getting the better of her, which has led to people dying. And Mitsuba like carried that guilt for a very long time. Mitsuba's, I think, much more in touch with her emotions than Shinoa is. Yeah, I think I'm going to put Mitsuba slightly in front of Shinoa, actually, which is interesting. Who is the next person? Oh yeah, let's do Shikama. Right, Shikama is definitely on the side of evil for me. Sorry guys. There are some Shikama simps out there who are going to be raging like, no, he just wants to protect Mika, he just wants his son with him. Yeah, but he also like created thousands of fucking U clones that all got killed by Noya and, you know, experimented on hundreds and thousands of fucking children in ancient Greece to achieve whatever the fuck he's trying to achieve. So yeah, not a good guy. Not a good guy. I'd put him on par with Kirito, actually, yeah. Shikama goes on par with Kirito because I get the same feeling like he's doing something to achieve a massive goal, means to an end, but he's not the fucking sadist that Ferid is. So yeah, Shikama goes there. Saito seems to just want fucking recognition from his daddy. I really don't get what Saito's proper motives are in this series yet. So I wouldn't fucking trust him to come around my mother's house for dinner. Like, again, like, I'm not sure if my mother would be fucking alive by the end of it, so he ain't going in the good side. But, yeah, he's a hard one to judge on the good versus evil. No, hang on, no, wait, because he was from the fucking Hyakuya sect, and they did all the orphan experiments, didn't they? So he's also done some really dodgy shit. He's been involved in some shit. I think I'm going to have to put him alongside the other two there. Yeah, I think I will have to, because also he was, I think in Catastrophe at 16, he was trying to, like, get his magical sect to, like, control everything. So yeah, he's like these fuckers as well. He's like these fuckers. Shinya. Oh, okay. No, we're not going to do Shinya yet. We're not going to do Shinya yet. We'll park Shinya for a little bit. Let's do Crowley. Yeah, Crowley, funnily enough, is very welcome in my mother's house. Crowley I'm going to put slightly above Cruel. I feel like Crowley actually isn't a bad dude at heart. Like, he's just quite a laid-back guy, I get the impression. He's not really capable of Cruel, like, you know, forming devious fucking relationships with people and using people. That's not really who Crowley is. That's why he's above Cruel. Obviously, though, he's a vampire, so he lacks, like, the natural empathy of all the human characters who are further up here. I know Mika is a vampire, but Mika's a bit of an exception, as we know. I don't need to go back into that. So yeah, I'm pretty comfortable putting Crowley there, to be honest. Ashura. Oh, Ashura. I'm sorry to have to do this, but no, I can't trust you in my mother's house, Ashura. As we know, Ashura warned you from the very beginning, you can't trust demons. And we all saw what happened in chapter 101 and 102, what he did to Best Boy. And I can't therefore put him on the side of good anymore. I can't. I'm hoping for Ashura redemption. I'm hoping that there was a good reason for all that shit. I don't think he's completely evil, because I do believe that whatever he was trying to do, he had good reasons, or maybe he was like brainwashed or something by Shikama into, you know, obeying Shikama's orders. But no, I can't can't let you in my mother's house, Ashura. Not right now. Not right now. Maybe we'll go back once the series is finished and I'll revisit this chart and maybe we'll amend it. Yeah, for now you can sit there. I'm leaving all the hard characters to last. I don't know if you've noticed this. Kamizuki. Yeah, Kamizuki for me is not as good as Yoichi because Kamizuki has openly admitted like that he would betray the squad and stuff like if it was to save Mirai in the past. And yeah, he's actually, you know what, Kamizuki frustrates me because he's meant to be like a really smart dude. I think he's a book smart dude, but he makes some really fucking logically dumb decisions in the series, and I'm not sure if that's just writing issues. Anyway, I'll put Kamizuki about in line with Crowley there, I think. I think that, you know, he'd be fine around your mother's house. He wouldn't start shit. But yeah, he's also not the nicest guy. I wouldn't want to become close friends with Kamizuki. Let's leave it there. And now we have all of the difficult ones. Let's go with Gurren because these two, Mahiru and Shinya, are so closely tied up with Gurren. I feel like you need to judge Gurren before you can deal with the other two, which is fucking depressing because I want these characters to have like, you know, independent fucking personalities of this guy. Anyway, Gurren, nobody is going to be surprised by the fact that he is not getting an invite to my mother's house for Sunday dinner. Gurren is going to be in the evil category. Question is, where do you put him? Gurren, as we know, is trying to resurrect the world, so that's good. He's trying to do the right thing. I approve of that. I approve that you're trying to do the right thing, Gurren. But the shit that you have done to this point to try and achieve that goal is fucking despicable. Fucking despicable. I am going to put you just in front of these motherfuckers. Just in front of the motherfuckers that are clearly out for themselves. Because Gurren, yes, you might be trying to do the right thing, but boy, you fucked up. Mahiru is the one that led Gurren down the path to hell, isn't she? And now she is his demon. Now the thing is that Gurren allowed himself to be tempted by Mahiru. So I am not going to put Mahiru as morally worse than Gurren. Mahiru just wanted a normal life as a normal girl and she wanted to fall in love. And she also wants to protect Shinya. So I am going to put them both in line as partners in crime. I think they are equally morally grey and not good people, generally. Shinya. Shinya, I feel like, is a lovely guy, which is really weird because he's like a fucking expert killer and he has been since he was a child. But Shinya, I feel you could safely invite for dinner with your mother and it would be a perfectly pleasant and funny conversation. The only problem is I feel like Shinya would turn up with Gurren. You'd invite Shinya and he'd knock on the door and Gurren would be standing next to him. And it would be really fucking awkward. I'm going to put him right in the middle because Shinya might be lovely, but, you know, you have to judge people by the company they keep, right? So that means that he'd be like fucking left on the doorstep, you know, say some pleasantries. And then, you know, I would bid him farewell and I'd say to him, look, just, you can come back, just not with that guy. And now the hardest character of all for me to judge is Yu, because Yu's characterization right now as I'm recording is all over the fucking place in this manga. What is he? He's not a revenge-seeking edgelord anymore. He's traumatized, yes, we know that. He loves his family, yes, we know that. But he also considers, if you are to believe chapter 112, he also still considers this motherfucker his family. Yu is also a character that we know believes that the ends justify the means. At what cost does he believe that? The thing is though, Yu's stated belief in that the ends justify the means, I will do anything to get my family back, I will do anything to resurrect the world, that hasn't really been put to the test yet. He's a bit like Shinya in that respect actually, like the things that he believes, his feelings, all of that has not really been tested properly yet. And yeah, his character fluctuates so much. I just don't know what to bloody do with him here. I do not know what to do with him. I think if you're going to go with an ends justify the means mentality, and I do believe that Yu has that mentality. We've seen it in how he's willing to work with Gurren and Ferid, even after Ferid brought out Akani's fucking head. I think if you're going to have that mentality, you are not on the side of good. You're not on the side of good, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I have to put you in the evil camp. I'm sorry, Yu. Yeah, I don't feel like I could invite Yu round for dinner and trust him at the table. I genuinely don't know, like he's too unpredictable, at least at the moment in his characterization. So yeah, that's why he is sitting where he is. I only feel like he's marginally bad though. I feel like Yu's character development is still very much in the works. Right now, like, I think a lot of us are kind of excusing his actions, like, you know, the way he thinks is due to trauma, the way he's acting is due to the shit he's been through. Like, we understand Yu's past is crap, it's awful what he's been through, but yeah, he needs to overcome he needs to overcome. And until he overcomes, I can't invite him round for Sunday dinner at my mum's house. So yes, that was my little video on where do I rank the morality of the Seraph of the End characters. I hope you enjoyed that. What do you guys think? I'm curious to know if you agree with my placements, if you disagree. Please just let me know. I'm excited to discuss. And with that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Ciao, ciao.